Coming up on this week's Fever Film Room, with Olympic basketball just days away, Tamika Catchings joins the show to discuss the significance of a potential fourth gold medal. And in her second Olympics representing Team Canada, Natalie Achonwa joins the show to share her focus heading into Rio and how do the two avoid Olympic distraction to try to bring home the gold for their country. All that and more is coming up right now. Hello and welcome into the Fever Film Room. It's Olympic edition. Team USA, Team Canada with us right now. Tamika Catchings, Natalie Achonwa. Tamika, this is go round number 4 for you, well-versed. Number 2 for you, so your second chance at this with Team Canada. Very generic question we'll start you off with. What's it mean to represent your country on a stage like this, Tamika?
I mean, that's a huge opportunity, and knowing that a lot of players don't get that, I know for me it's an honor. You know, every single chance that I get, I feel blessed to be able to represent USA or to wear that across my chest, and, you know, definitely have an opportunity to win. And hearing the national anthem, seeing the flag go up, I mean, it's just being able to represent not just yourself, not just your team, but a whole nation behind you. It's just an absolutely amazing experience.
You represented Team Canada in the Olympics, the Pan American Games, but what has those experiences been like getting to represent a country?
I mean, it means the world. If anybody knows me, they know I'm very passionate about my country and the opportunity to wear a Canada jersey. To piggyback off what Catch said, I mean, to be able to go and represent more than just yourself. You're not representing your family, not only your college, not only anywhere you come from, you're representing the entire nation. And it's a proud moment for me every time I get to hear the anthem, and the events that we played in Canada last summer, I mean, gave us chills hearing the anthem sang by an entire crowd surrounding you. It makes it easy to be passionate to put on that jersey, is to know that you support more than yourself.
By the time this airs, you will have had a birthday. You'll be 37. This will be Olympics number 4. How are you still, I mean, it's not surprising to those who know you, but how are you still doing this at 37? At this level?
Yeah, no. You know, really, I mean, it's all about my teammates. Mm-hmm. I really enjoy the group that I get to play with, and here in the W with the Indiana Fever, you know, with the Olympic team, they make it fun. Mm-hmm. And really, like, every single day you wake up, you get to live your dream. You get to do what you want to do. Like, I've been dreaming about this in 7th grade. And so to still be able to wake up every day and play basketball and get paid to play basketball, like, that's crazy. So, you know, I'm just really taking in every moment. I enjoy every moment that I have with my teammates and being on the court and being able to do what I love to do.
Do each of those medals, do they feel different? Would a fourth feel different than the first 3 if you could accomplish that? I
think so. You know, I think just different phases of your life. I mean, the first time, and Nat can probably speak, for the first time you do it, it's just like, oh, you know, you're new, it's fresh, and you're just like so excited about everything. Second, so you really like, you're so fresh that you really you enjoy it, but it's just a different feeling. And then the second time, you're a little bit more settled in, but you're still like, okay, like it's still somewhat kind of fresh. Third one, you know, from that time, I mean, that's 12 years later, so, well, yeah. 12 years later. So you've grown up, and now it's like, okay, you become a leader, and then now, 16 years later, it's just kind of like, I am the leader. I'm a co-captain with Sue and Diana, and, you know, knowing that there's so many young players that are looking to us to help lead us, and it's just a different feel, and it's my last one. I know this end of this year, it's over basketball-wise as far as being on the court, and so I'm really just trying to take in every single moment that I have.
You guys, of course, are teammates here. Natalie, can you try to draw from Tamika on this Olympic experience? You're playing on different teams, on different countries. It's kind of an interesting dynamic.
I mean, Tamika Catchings is somebody that you always want on your team, so it's going to be different, especially being able to play with her in the W these last 2 years. But even outside of the Olympic experience, Tamika is somebody that you can learn from on a daily basis. So, yeah, I might pick her brain a little bit for a couple Olympic tips, but we were very fortunate to go to the 2012 Olympics. It was kind of a last-second bid. I think we might have been the last or second-last team to make it into the Olympics. So it was a little bit more of a surprise, but this time we worked hard to be here. We earned this spot, and we know we deserve to be there. So we got a little bit of the wow and awe factor out the last time, and now we can prep better to be able to compete for a medal.
And Team Canada and Team USA drew the same pool. So that should make things a little interesting. Little rivalry?
We'll get it. We can get a little couple chips out in the preliminary rounds that way.
Yeah, we actually we're playing, I think, before we go, so we'll have a game
US
with them
tour.
And the tour, and then head over to Rio and get ready for it. So yeah, I think it'll be a great game regardless, and for us, it's always interesting. I know for me, it's always interesting because I like to pick up on like the different languages and stuff. But we both speak English. We both speak English, so it's gonna be like, oh man, we know these plays.
When you go down and you play in the Olympics, like this, let's look at this competition as a whole. The U.S. is certainly the favorites. You've dealt with that. Is there pressure with that?
Not pressure. I think it's more expectation. And I think for us, the one thing that, because of the lack of training time that we have with Team USA, it's really important that every single moment that we're together, that we do take advantage of it. And so going in, we know everybody gunning for it. You know that. So you never have a night where you can say, oh, we'll play mediocre or we won't play, 100%. We have to play almost 110% every night and every single player that stepped on the court. And so I think for me, that's one thing that I constantly talk about is, look, we can't take a play off. You take a play off or a game off or a couple, you can't do that and expect to win. We don't walk on the court and, the team just going to be like, oh, USA, you guys, we're going to give you the game. We have to play, we have to compete every day, and I know that we'll be ready.
The U.S. is the favorite, Natalie, but Canada looking very strong as well. A nice performance last year in the Pan American Games. You look at how some people are projecting this field. A lot of people really like what Canada could do in this competition. What are your thoughts heading in here? Is Canada, I think, starting to look like one of the handful of teams that could be competing for this championship?
Well, for a couple years we got away with being the sleeper team, but when you put in the work that our vets and in our program, from the top down, from our development to our coaches to our players, have put in putting Canada on the map, you can't be a sleeper anymore. But that's another challenge that we're looking forward to, is the fact that teams are going to put on their best show to play against us, and one of the big things is, like Catch said, is you can't just put on a jersey. We're not looking at the USA on the front of their chest anymore. We're looking at them as a competition and someone that we believe we can beat. So and that goes for every team that we're going to face, and we're excited for it. It's a different attitude now. We don't just step on the court just to play basketball like in the 2012 when we were just excited to be there.
Right.
We step on the court to compete for a medal now. So it's a really exciting time in Canada basketball.
We've talked a lot about the on-court, the games, what could happen, what will happen off the court. I mean, this Olympics is a gigantic one. It's in Rio. How do you avoid, maybe not avoid, but how do you separate the basketball side of things from trying to take in and what this event is and maybe manage those two things? You've certainly had a lot of experience doing that.
Well, I'll be honest, like the first 3 times, like literally we played every other day and we practiced in between. So it's tough to do anything else. And of course my family was there, so we would go and eat and kind of walk around nearby, but nothing like going to it. And we don't stay in the village. Like they haven't stayed as a team in the village since 2000.
Yeah.
So, we're kind of off-site and kind of like to ourselves just to be able to focus. And but this time around, I definitely want to experience the whole Olympics and get out and see other events and do other things just to be able to get the full experience.
Natalie, can you have that mindset in your shoes? Can you try to take this event in and realize, this is such a cool thing you're going to get to do, and only a handful of times you get to do it, but at the same point there's a goal, and a goal for you and your team?
Yeah, in contrast to Catch, with us staying in the village, there's so many more opportunities for distractions. There might be teams in your building that are going to events at 5 a.m., but you need to sleep. So trying to figure out how to balance enjoying the moment and getting the rest and the preparation that you need to compete, because although it's fun to be an Olympian and be in the Olympic Village, you have to remember you're there for a reason. And like I said, the first go around the 2012 Olympics helped set us up better for this opportunity here in Rio. But no matter what, you got to live in the moment. You got to enjoy the moment. There's people that would love to be in this position and can never take it for advantage.
Well, certainly good luck to both of you. By the time this airs, right now as we're talking, you guys still have 2 more games before the Olympic break. By the time this airs, we will be at that Olympic break. So I know not the easiest question to answer here, but from a Fever side, you look at those final 10 games that are coming up, what needs to happen to hit your stride going into the playoffs, Tamika?
Well, I think the break, it comes at such an important time. And if you look back to 2012, when we came back, what we were able to accomplish during that break, and even though I was gone, I could feel it when I came back. The energy was different, just the way we were playing, the confidence we were playing with. And, Lord willing, we'll go into the break 2-0 and win these last 2 games. So by the time this airs, we'll be talking about we won the last 2 games. But even going through that and looking beyond, I think we just got to come back playing with higher confidence, playing better as a team, defensively, rebounding, all of that, like putting it all together, and then just really like hit the gate, let the gate open up, and we just go full force like forward.
That was pretty all-encompassing. Anything to add, do you think?
No, I mean, hopefully this gives the time for the team to regroup, take the time that mentally and emotionally to let it all out, and then regroup, get some good training in, and come back, like Catch said, full force after the break.
Well, Tamika Catchings is going for gold medal number 4. Natalie Achonwa, it's her second appearance in the Olympics. Team USA, Team Canada, ladies, thanks so much for joining us, and good luck.
Go Canada.
No. USA, baby.